That's even worse. Wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. And today, I want to confront something that Rev said in one of his last few videos, where he said that he actually regrets giving me that house. And I'm not really going to start repeating myself in what I said in a video response about this. What I am going to do is I'm going to ask him about some of his regrets. And I am genuinely curious about this. See, in the same way that I was asking Shani, what did she see in a guy who refuses to work? Not somebody who can't find a job, not somebody who is struggling, you know, and employers won't give them an opportunity. I'm talking about somebody who makes the conscious decision that they don't want to work. My question for him is, Rev, there are two things I'm wondering if you really regret them. Okay. And then we're going to do a little bit of history and then I got to go. All right. Do you regret getting into a relationship with Shani? I would like for you to make with a straight face, go on your channel on Instagram and tell everybody why you do not regret getting involved with Shani. I'm talking about from Scranton, from when you was worth almost $1 million. All right. Do you regret getting involved with Shani? That's number one. Okay. Because you regret giving me the house. So that means you would still have it. Right. So do you regret getting involved with do you regret getting involved with Shani? My second question for you is this. Do you regret? Actually, let's stick with the Shani thing first, because I actually want to be somewhat respectful in this video, somewhat. If you never got involved with Shani, and Shani never came into your life, you're still obviously living on. I mean, I believe you would still be living here. You'll have a little bit of money. I mean, I think COVID still, the global nonsense happens anyway, and I believe that you would have still been negatively affected in the stock market. So, but you would still have a lot of that money. Like you probably would have about maybe $400,000, maybe $300,000 of that money left if it was just you. Because it wasn't like you was going out there and spending the money the way you was doing it, the way, you know, with Shani and everything and her kids and everything. You would still be there. Your roof would still be caving in. The city would still be telling you that it's going to be condemned if you don't fix some things, and you got all that money and you refuse to fix it. Talk about a slumlord. The porch in the backyard, and you know what I'm talking about, Rev, would still almost be collapsing. Place would still not be painted. The place would be a total wreck if you still had the place and everything and whatnot. So I just want to look at this logically. And you don't know Shani, right? You never got into a relationship with her and whatnot. Do you regret being involved with Shani? Like, do you regret it? Would you rather just stay in that situation? Another question for you, Rev, since we're talking about regrets and everything. Do you regret moving to Boulder, Colorado? Do you regret moving to Boulder, Colorado, and why? That would be a really difficult video for you to make. And let me tell you why. With Shani sitting right next to you, that story that you gave, that the two of you gave me on why you went to Boulder, Colorado to begin with, would have to change if you would regret it. As a matter of fact, I beg to differ that if Shani was sitting right next to you, you would want to do it all over again. That you would be in a relationship with Shani and that you would go to Boulder, Colorado. So if those things are true, how do you come to the conclusion that that it was bad, that you regret giving me the house? Because think about it. All those events still happen. You still let this woman help you spend all of that money. You don't properly invest it. You don't do what you got to do. You keep moving all over the place. You don't use any common sense for anything. Okay. What do you do with the place? Just curious. What do you do with it? Because I didn't know nothing about it. You see, what you never, well, I shouldn't say you, because this would really be a video response for the people that was coming after me during that time. But now I'm gonna say this to you, Rev. I'm just gonna rework this a little bit. Since this is directed towards you and not them. Y'all called me. I ain't know nothing about nothing until Motormouth, blah, 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 blah. Hey, G-Man, I want to give you a TV. Hey, G-Man, we want to give you some wrestling tapes. Hey, G-Man. And Shanny told me all this stuff. You told me all this stuff. It was none of my business. Y'all told me all of this. Then y'all made an offer to me. Right? Why? That's the thing. Why? Because y'all story changes every year. First, we heard about, you didn't want to end up like the two people in the book of Acts that lied to the Holy Spirit. But I've had some time to think about this. I believe that the reason why, and obviously some of it has to do with the way you guys behaved in the house and some of the things that you guys have said. I believe that you were just simply trying to get me to fix it so you can get it back and actually sell it. Or Shanny had a backup plan that if things didn't work out with you, that she was going to try to come to me and get me to sell it. You know what I mean? And she would have the whole money situation all over again. Okay. So when you say things like that, Rev, and you say things like I regret giving G-Man that house. I regret it because I thought G-Man was a different person. Let's talk about me on here a minute, Rev. Let's talk about consistency with me. All right. I'm the guy that gets on here and I say that atheism is evil. I make video responses against people who are atheists and against their video views. I've never changed. I'm still that same guy. Okay. I'm the guy that gets on here and I preach the gospel. I still do those things. I'm the guy that comes on here and I will stand up for what I believe. I'm still the same guy. I'm the guy that started a show called the G Podcast that was dealing with the Hebrew Israelites. Joined a group called Shield Squad and what was the other one? Shield Squad and the Soldiers of God to go after the Hebrew Israelites. I'm the guy that was going out there doing outdoor evangelism. I'm still that same guy. Why do you regret giving it to me? Is it because that you couldn't that the two of you couldn't manipulate me the way Shanny manipulated you? Could that be it? Could it be that you didn't get your own way like you got with your mama when she was alive? When you said, wah, I want that, wah, and you're spoiled behind got it? Why do you regret giving me the house? How did I lie to you, Rev? I'm just curious. Because when this all started, it had to do with, G-Man, we want to reward you for the work that you was doing for God, for the kingdom. Then it turned into all this other stuff. As time went on. You say that you regret giving me the house. What I've always wanted to hear, and I don't care if you got to get drunk. I don't care if you got to get high to the moon or whatever. I want to hear the truth come out of your mouth. Like blatantly come out your mouth. Of course, you'll never do it. I mean, you and Shanny claim you're on this I don't care tour, and you'll just say whatever. One of these days, I would like for you to make that video. Of course, let me tell you something. I know you're never going to do it. It's just an interesting thought to hear somebody like you say, well, I regret giving G-Man that place, because he didn't give me anything. I done tried to help you guys on so many different levels. It's not even funny. When I was living in the house and I was in between apartments and everything, when you guys lied about giving it to me the first time, Shanny, you and Shanny, I got to stop saying her because it's not like she had anything. You would give me a little bit of money for food, and you gave me money for like Uber and a little bit of money to do a little bit of things around the house or whatever. You know what I mean? Pay a phone bill and everything, right? The second Shanny didn't like a YouTube video, Shanny went to get on here and act all high and mighty, started telling me not to talk about this person, don't talk about this person, I'm this, I'm that. And then ultimately would get on here and accuse me of violating someone here on social media. Right? Then all of a sudden, G-Man's the N-word, G-Man's this, and G-Man's that. He doesn't deserve this. You know, bad steward, and all this other dumb nonsense, right? Yet, when you lived in there, when I was in control, I almost treated you like you were still the owner. It was just under that. I made a couple of rules, obviously. I didn't want things to get damaged and stuff. Rules was very reasonable. If it would have been some other YouTuber, they would have been very appreciative. They would have took full advantage of the opportunity, way better than you two ever tried to do. I mean, you live rent free. You was bringing income. You were bringing income in. That's one of the most deceptive things about you two. You two acting like y'all wasn't making no money. I don't know how many different times I went over there and you told me that Shanny was making money off of. Most of those videos are on XX Archive. I forget if she was on Twitch or she was on Rumble or where the heck she was on. It might have been Twitch. Could have been YouTube. I don't know, but because I don't remember. She was making money. He told me one month she made $900. So they're living in this house and not giving me anything and whatnot. And you would think, okay, save the money. I mean, they ain't got nowhere to go. Like, save the money, and they wouldn't do it. And you're blaming me for your failures because you, Shanny's 40 now, and you are probably about 37 or 38 now, about 37, 38 or whatever. And neither one of you have ever learned the concept of saving money. I mean, even the $500 that Shanny stole from your uncle, because that's exactly what she did. She stole it from him. She never thought about putting it in the bank and letting it collect interest or anything like that. She never thought about saving it to try to better her life or whatever. All this nonsense that she's handicapped and no one won't give her a break and all this other dumb nonsense is ridiculous. I'm willing to bet that on that platform that she's on right now, I don't know how she's doing it, but she's able to monetize something on there. Or she's got some other faceless channel where she's able to do it. And she's not saving that money. They're using that money for Delta 8 and things like that. Not wanting to admit that they got a problem. They're looking for their forever home. And the Rev Uncle sees this by any means. He needs to understand they have no intention whatsoever of leaving that place. As a matter of fact, I think that last video she made when she was talking about being in pain and all the other stuff and whatnot. You know what I can actually do? I don't have to go there, but I can send somebody over there to catch Shanny walking around like a normal person. I think it's about time somebody did that because I believe that she's scamming that man's uncle, trying to convince him that she's in all this pain, she can barely walk and all this other stuff. And meanwhile, in the back of my mind, I'm watching her walk back and forth as fast as possible on the porch, threatening me, calling me the N-word, going in and out of the house, walking back and forth and whatnot. And I regret it. I regret not recording it, but I want to show you guys something that I purchased. I want to show you all something because I'm about to step up the game around here. I want to show everybody something here real quick. The next time I end up in a situation like that and I go see somebody in person, I went on Temu and I bought something that the police have. It's called a body cam. If I ever meet another YouTuber and I need to prove something, this is what I'll actually be using from here on out. If I want to prove that somebody said, this is going to make me very dangerous in the future because a lot of people swear I won't show up, but I'm going to make sure that something like this is on my person. I have a bunch. I have a pen that has a hidden camera. I have little buttons that's got a hidden camera. I went out and I ordered all of this stuff, and I actually have sunglasses with a hidden camera on it. I have a hat with one of my hats like this has got a hidden camera on it. And I'm actually going to make sure that the next time I end up in this situation where I'm saying something as important that this woman is walking back and forth, Then I can show that to the cops and show them, look, this woman is conning everybody. That video that she made was listen to me. I know a lot of you believe that she's obese and she can't move and whatnot. That woman can move like a cat. I'm telling you, when she's ready. This is where I'm going to have a fundamental disagreement with this community. I disagree with Carrie. I disagree with Draven. I disagree with a lot of people on here. I've been around these people, and I'm telling you, she can move. Okay, she can move. I want y'all to think about something here a minute. When did all of this she's in debilitating pain start? When the money started running out towards the Colorado days. I want y'all to think about that a minute. Because I've really been looking into this and thinking about this, right? All of this started happening towards the end of the Colorado thing, where she said she was in pain and she couldn't move and all that. You can watch her in videos when they're together before the money's running out, walking back and forth, going to the movies, going to concerts, going to work. Actually, no, not going to work. That's before she got involved with Shani. Fundy Archives. She's making a video about Fiona being a gooser. Go check it out. She's wearing a nurse uniform. That's the one that she got fired after working there for like maybe a week or two or something or whatever for making YouTube videos. You can go take a look at that one. But you see her towards the very end starting to talk about pain and how she's not mentally there and all this other stuff when the money was running out. From what I can gather from what I've been looking into is that before she got involved with Rev, she used to use that excuse that she couldn't do nothing to avoid having to work. Okay. And I think that goes by what that her mother can actually back me up on that if you go look at her videos or whatever. But that happened toward the end, right? So they're living at the uncle's. She's now going to try to argue squatters' rights, that she's handicapped and she can't go anywhere. And she desperately needs to try to find some type of illness so that she doesn't have to go anywhere or have to do anything. She's never shown any medical records for anything that she's going through. I've attempted to call the uncle through another person to warn him, but I don't know if he's going to listen. But because I can't talk to him directly, because if I do, I'm like I said, I'm public enemy number one. The only way I'm going to be able to talk any sense into him if I see him in person. You know what I mean? But there is nothing. Now, as far as him wanting to help Rev, I don't got a problem with that. As far as him helping Shani, because he thinks that Shani has all this pain and whatnot. I'm telling you, that's not true. I know a lot of big people that can move around that don't got the pain that she's going through. And when I say big people, I mean bigger people than her that walks around and don't got pain like her. I'm not going to sit here and say that she doesn't get arthritis every now and then, because she probably does. But Shani is lazy. And she's a little agoraphobic. A little bit. But in pain, absolutely not. I don't buy that for a second. Like I said, when you're in debilitating pain and you can't get up and walk and go anywhere, that means you can't go to Walmart. You can't go to the supermarket. Hint, 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 hint. And Rev's too stupid. Rev knows this, by the way. I'm not going to call Rev stupid. Rev knows I'm telling the truth about this. All right. Because he was the one that originally started telling me that she was full of it. Right. So whenever I would come from Philly to go over there and spend some time with them or whatever, to check on the house or whatever, which was my main motivation, and to make sure that they didn't burn the place down and everything. I would go there and I was like, Rev, you want to go food shopping or whatever? And then, you know, everybody, and all of a sudden she would amazingly be able to, oh, I'll come, walking down the stairs like she's an old lady. Then by the time we got out the car and got into the supermarket, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. You know what I mean? Listen, if you guys want to believe that she's in all this pain and whatnot, that's all fine and well. Yeah, I need to send a spy over there. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with the woman in terms of like her being able to walk or whatever. All right, I'm just keeping it real. If y'all want to believe that, that's y'all, but don't try to convince me that her weed is stopping her from walking. I'm just telling you. Get one of those body cams, stand outside that house, and you'll see what I'm talking about during this summer. You'll see what she ain't gonna go out there in the winter, but in the summer. There are things you can do. But if you can show the uncle that she's making stuff up about being able to walk and all this other stuff and whatnot, because I know that sometimes when you sue, when companies are being sued by people, they'll have a private eye sit outside the house to make sure that that person isn't lying about the handicap that they have or whatever. I think something like that in her case has to be done. If the police ever gets involved, or if the government somehow gets involved, you can actually watch her to see if she's full of it or not. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't care about this if they was in their private lives and they wasn't talking about it here on YouTube. But the fact that she's getting on here broadcasting it to everybody and trying to convince everybody of this nonsense is ridiculous. And it has to stop. Like, enough's enough. But getting back to Rev regretting giving me the house. Rev, if you regret giving me the house, do you regret being involved with Shani? Can you say that, because I believe you was with her for about 3 years in Boulder, 2.5 years, 3 years in Boulder, right? Do you believe that you would still have your money if you never got involved with Shani? And number two, do you regret going to Boulder, Colorado? I would love to hear. I would love to hear why you never regretted it. Shani said she would do it all over again. I mean, she would spend all of your money all over again, dude. She would spend her portion of the money all over again. Nothing would change according to her. Now, if you change a key part of history and you don't get G-Man in the house when all your money is gone, and you go to the uncle and he throws you out, you're on the street. So, help me understand, what are you doing differently with it? Do you give it to Dragnut? Because if you thought I was mean, imagine living, just think about this. Imagine owning that house with him being the landlord. Knowing him, he probably would let you stay. Doubt it, but you know what I mean? No, I doubt it, you know. But, and you know, God, that would be funny. But I want to hear you answer this question, Rev. I mean, you guys come on here and you ain't got no content, so you might as well respond to me. You have no content. You can't keep, don't vote for this person, but vote for that racist over there, right? Vote for this other person. Don't vote for this terrible person, but vote for this terrible person, right, Rev? You ain't got no content. You might as well answer my question. And Shani might as well answer my question too. I called her a low-value woman. Shani, if you don't believe that you're a low-value woman, please enlighten me and tell me why I'm wrong about that. I believe you're with a low-value man. I'm working on that video. A low-value woman brings absolutely, positively nothing to a relationship. And Shani, if you're telling the truth, Shani, I want you to think about this a minute. If you're telling the truth about what you're saying about your body, that means you're bringing nothing to the relationship. Like, when I say nothing, you are bringing absolutely nothing. Rev's in love with zero. I'm talking to you two. I mean, I obviously I know about you guys being codependent and all that other stuff and whatnot. So, yeah, like Rev, I would love to hear what Shani brings, what Shani brings to the table. Oh, she buys you cigarettes? Is that what it is? You ever gonna confront her about lying about you guys being YouTube superstars and being YouTube famous? You think you're the only person she ever approached about being a YouTube power couple? When I spoke to Shani around her birthday, when she was trying to kick it to me, she was talking about how we could be a power couple and no one would be able to stop us. Anyway, looking forward to your video response, Rev. I don't think you're going to answer those questions because you can't answer them honestly. You'll be like all over the place because I know what you're going to say. A, you wish you never met her, and then B, you wish you never went to Boulder. You have to say that. Look at all the stuff that happened to you in Boulder, Colorado. Look at all of it. I can't wait for Shani to let you have an opinion. That would be so nice. It's too bad she doesn't let you come outside and play. You should ask your mommy to let you come outside and play, Rev, one day. Let me see something here. Is a Shani used to bring food stamps to the table, but but they don't qualify anymore. Well, she don't bring food stamps no more. She doesn't have anything that anybody wants anymore. The only person that can find value in her right now is Jesus, in the sense that he can save her, transform her from the inside out. But Shanny doesn't want to obey Christ. So she's gonna find herself out in the street soon. I mean, there ain't no getting around it. And she can try to con the uncle all she wants. That uncle one day is gonna get mad and throw them both out. But what I want to do on camera, well, maybe I can mail this to a YouTuber. Maybe I'll be willing to give this to one of the YouTubers. If you guys are willing to go over there and record what goes on over there, I'll actually give this to you. And you can wear it when you're walking past. And all you gotta do is catch Shanny walking. Perfectly normal. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is catch her one time and then put it on YouTube. That's it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about the old ones. I'm talking about something recent. Because what you guys are getting on there is an Academy Award actress. That's what you're getting right now. That's what you're getting. The only thing that she said of substance on her video is that she needs to lose weight. That's about it. She ain't got no breast cancer. She's always going to die. You know what I mean? She's been saying this since they first got involved. Everything that was done in the dark when she was in Duluth is coming out in the light right now. And it is what it is. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.